You see those crowds, Donald? They're not here to cheer you. They're here to fight you. They're here to fight your authoritarian regime. 36,000 people, Donald, who gathered in Los Angeles as part of Senator Bernie Sanders' Fight the Oligarchy tour that he did with AOC and others. We did a whole video covering it last night, and we streamed it live here on the MeidasTouch network. People are ready to fight your oligarchical kleptocracy regime. This is what Donald Trump was doing yesterday. Not making this up. He was posing for photos in front of a new gold statue of himself at his golf course while he was vacationing at the taxpayer dime. Here he is with a new golden statue at his golf course, shaking hands with donors and other people and billionaires and rich folk, laughing at the people, laughing as they disappear migrants in the United States to concentration camps in El Salvador and then violate court orders. Here's Donald Trump golfing. Oh, by the way, last night, then Donald Trump went to a UFC fight. Here he is walking into the UFC fight. By the way, just totally ignoring the wife of RFK Jr., Cheryl Hines, right there. Good for her. But earlier in the day, while Donald Trump, I know he was very busy posing in front of gold statues of himself, like, what in the Kim Jong-un is that? What in the Saddam Hussein is that? What are we talking about here? While they crash the economy, while people's pensions are destroyed and gutted, life savings are being erased, while Donald Trump and his oligarchs manipulate the market and say, now's a good time to buy, and we see rampant insider trading, he goes back to Florida on our money, on taxpayer money, and takes freaking photos in front of gold statues of himself while he grifts off of us. Are you kidding me? How could you possibly be okay with that unless you are just an absolute death cult member? Just go live in North Korea if you like that crap. That's not what our Constitution is about here in the United States. And we're going to fight like hell every day on the MeidasTouch network to make sure that that is something that our future generations don't have to ever deal with. We'll work every day for that. Yeah, so while Donald Trump was doing all of that, by the way, he violated the Supreme Court's order and a district court's order after the Supreme Court in the 9-0 decision ordered Abrego Garcia to be returned. Remember, 9-0. They said Trump regime facilitate the return of Abrego Garcia forthwith, to which the district judge of Maryland, Judge Zenas, held a hearing and said, okay, when are you returning Abrego Garcia? File papers by 5 p.m. on Saturday and let me know what the heck is going on. The Trump regime blew the deadline because, of course, Donald Trump was too busy posing for photos in front of gold statues. And then when they finally submitted a declaration yesterday, they had someone from the State Department write the following. It is my understanding, based on official reporting from our embassy in San Salvador, that Abrego Garcia is currently being held in the Terrorism Confinement Center in El Salvador. He is alive and secure in that facility. He is detained pursuant to the sovereign domestic authority of El Salvador. Well, you filed that late. 2, this is hearsay because you clearly don't have personal knowledge. You're saying based on official reporting from the embassy, then someone from the embassy should write this declaration if you don't have firsthand knowledge. That's called hearsay, by the way. And also, what Judge Zenas put in her order was here was what was supposed to be filed. 1, the current physical location and custodial status of Abrego Garcia. 2, what steps, if any, defendants have taken to facilitate his immediate return to the United States. And 3, what additional steps defendants will take and when